we'll try a river scene with woods, trees. You seem to like those. It's a simple drawing, so we'll. It's a bank, some trees in the distance, some reeds, pond here, and some of the distance we might even put a shack, shed, boathouse, something. See how we go. But that's about all in the reflection. Nothing more than that. Wet in wet. Oh, need some paints. There's my paint, my palette in the spray box, in the Ziploc bag. I finished one about an hour ago, and I gave the palette a spray with a water bottle, a sprayer, and it keeps the paint nice and moist rather than having to scrub away to get loose paint. So thank Maria Kellner for that idea. Great watercolour painter. But I'm demonstrating a simple way of painting in watercolour, wet in wet. So wet the paper all over. I'm using a 2-inch hake. You can use what brushes you like, but this is my favourite brush by far. I've tried all the others, and this is how I like to paint. It's based on Ron Ranson, who many years ago wrote books and did some videos on his big brush watercolour. He's still going. He lives in Oregon now, and he's English, but he was made redundant from his advertising job, I believe, and loved the work of Edward Seago, and decided that he wanted to paint watercolours too, which he did. And he developed the palette that we use, the yellow or lemon yellow or cadmium yellow if you want, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber and Payne's grey. I've added burnt sienna to the mix because I like it. And the thing is, when you start watercolour painting, for most of us it's very difficult. We make loads of mistakes, we don't get it right, we get wishy-washy or mud, and we lose its freshness, and it gets very disheartening. But you have to persevere with it and keep things simple. And now, by wetting the paper, it makes the paint, the initial washes flow much quicker, and it's a bit unpredictable. So I'm warming up with some raw sienna just all over where the water's going to go. This gives a sort of a unity to the picture. We'll put a bit of alizarin in with that mix. Now we'll add a bit of blue to the mix, a bit of red, a bit of light red. There's nothing too difficult about that, is there? Bit of a cloud lower down. When the paper's wet like this, you can do a lot with it. Right, so recut the paper because it expands. You don't need to stretch your paper. This is £130 weight. I'll give that a bit of a dry with a hairdryer now. So I'm going to do the reeds. So lemon yellow and a bit of Payne's grey. So we'll and in that we can put darker mix. Okay, so we'll go further up here and we'll have a bit more bluey green. So nice little reeds and catching the light with some brighter colours there. And we'll put in some so this is just the reflections. Got nice bit of dark in here. Okay, and we'll have a bit of dark in between. Where it's light, we'll go in with the dark in between, so it leaves the original highlights of that yellow reedy colour. Okay, and then we'll do the same on the other side, so get a nice blue in. Just a bit smaller, shadow. Okay, now we'll do the background trees. Blue, bit of alizarin. Nice blue, gives a distance to everything. And while it's wet, just lift out some trees. And now we're going to put in these background trees. So come up here. Thicken them up. These are further back than the ones on the left, so we'll do these more blue. Look, just using the edge of the hake to create these straight, or sort of impressionist straight lines. Now let's warm that up a little bit. So it's catching some light. Nice dark down here. Bit of blue. And the great thing about painting with the paint damp rather than dry, where you're scrubbing away at it, it's just dragging some reflections. Look, I'm just painting it above, and it just says, sort of cries out, so this is a reflection. Paint the reflections when you're doing your what's above, paint what's more or less what's below. You can't get it spot on, but so that's just some ripples here and there. Reclip the paper. I'll put some leaves, some foliage on there. A slightly bluey green. Well, edge of the hake. A bit warmer. Just a bit darker on the here and there. Now we'll go into the bigger trees on this side now. So I'm mixing burnt sienna with blue to give a warmy, greeny sort of tinge to the whole thing. These are much warmer trees. Shallow, bigger. They're all very sort of impressionist. I haven't used a tiny brush yet. When the hake splits, just bring it together again with some water. Really, really simple. And we'll let's get that down here. And then we'll put in some reflection over them. We'll put some harder stuff in. I was going to think about something there, but let's get that down there. Okay. So, with a bit of blue, bit of just a roof. Put a door in it. Not the greatest building. Okay. Get the reflection of it just coming down here. Right, I'll just strengthen up a bit of this here. We've sort of lost it a bit there. Okay, so it's very rough. It's a sketch, a simple painting. Well, just saying reflection really, and that's about it. I can't do much more than that. Put some foliage on here, so let's get a nice bit of strong green. And add a bit of red in there, or the burnt sienna. And a bit of blue behind. Just show some distance to all of this. Okay, I'm doing nothing else to that at all. That is a quick sketch. And I'll sign it and we'll put it in a mount. and we'll have a look, see how bad it really is. But I've tried to make this as simple and as immediate as I can. So nice blue mount on there, look, okay. Let's get that this. So there we are. We've got an immediate sketch. You could do this outside. Going uphill here a little bit. A good dodge is with the thirsty hake, as Ron Ranson used to say, dip it in the water and just take a little bit of the colour out to give the impression of wind ruffling. Right, okay. So that's it. What does that look like? Because that is it for the weekend. No more. Must have done 10 videos this week. So, watercolour made easy by Dave Usher. So, I like doing this sort of thing. It's very simple. You can do it yourself quite easily. But just enjoy what you do. Don't labour it. Don't fuss it. And don't overwork it. Do it and leave it. And enjoy what you do. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.